This video is going to be a patron's pick. Are you interested in voting each month? Head on over to Patreon. There's going to be one every month.
Kaiju, turtles, Dragon Ball, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews.
Hey, howdy, hey there, Collector Steven here, and I'm back with another Deforeal review for you, where today we're going to be taking a look at something that has been coming for some time, and I'm so happy to say we have. What's it? Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong 20. It's Godzilla 2021, okay? It's not Godzilla Ultima, but it's Godzilla 2021, or as I like to say, finally, a monster versus Godzilla that is not in some goofy pose or goofy form. Whew, great. Finally. Thank you, X Plus. Thank you. Now, with this guy being on the market, there were two different versions. There's going to be the retail version, which you can pretty much pick up anywhere. I think BBTS has it. I think HLJ still has it. But the Rick version, the exclusive version, well, it lights up. It's pretty neat. But do we have any issues with the light up? We'll take a look at that. And obviously, we're going to take a look to see whether or not it's going to be worth adding to your collection overall, because the only difference between the Rick and the normal retail is going to be the light up. So, oh, I already said the segue piece. Let's get into it. All right, so sculpt and paint. I mean, you know, Deforeals, they have a chibi look to them. They're super deformed and they got big heads, which I think is pretty exaggerated here for the MonsterVerse version of Godzilla. I mean, obviously the designs changed just a little bit here and there, but I think that this pose for Godzilla and the fact that, you know, 2 out of 3 movies, this is pretty much what he looks like. I think this is going to be the definitive version of him anyway. With that being said, I think that this really does capture the overall idea of Godzilla rather well, as he's appeared in the newest iteration of the American take on Godzilla. Now, with that being said, the only sort of small issue that I'm going to have with this guy is that the sort of wash for his armor plating, his scales, his scutes, it's just a little bit too brown. I think that it's kind of a bit distracting. I think maybe if it could have been blended in a bit more to be gray with what we traditionally know Godzilla to be, even in the MonsterVerse, most specifically with King of the Monsters. I know this is from Godzilla vs. Kong, but still, having that whole cohesive design, I think it wouldn't be as jarring as it is here. Also, the teeth are just a little too white and a little bit too sloppy. Those are going to be my only 2 criticisms. Otherwise, I think the sculpt is absolutely fantastic. The dorsal plates look amazing. Even if they're going to be translucent on this particular one because of the light up feature, they got to get the lights there. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what else to say about this guy, except for he looks really good with only a couple of things yours truly would have liked to have seen changed. So you may not find that to be an issue, which is the best thing about my reviews. I sprinkle in a little bit of what I don't like, a little bit what I like, a little bit about the things you may not even care about, but the other guy who's watching it just might. And then I talk about the things that this girl over here really does like. So this way we can bring it all together and talk about this figure as a whole. Okay, yeah. So enough of my own little tangent. This figure really does look good. Now, like I made mention at the top, this is going to be the Rick exclusive version, which you can pick up those figures directly from the US X Plus website. There are going to be a couple of resellers who do get these in from Japan, and they do hold on to them after the order window. However, for the US Rick website, after about a month or so, they do close orders, then they're done. Now, light up feature. So, on Godzilla's ankle, it's going to be a little peg that you just pop off, and then you plug in the battery supply. Woo! 3 AAAs. The original MonsterVerse Godzilla that they did, the 2019 with the breath effect, the Totodile one, yeah, that one kind of shorted out on me, but here, oh, we just have light bleed. And it does look kind of weak. I mean, yeah, I know camera and footage and everyone looks kind of different. The batteries are fresh, so I don't know. I expected it to be just a little bit brighter, especially under neutral room lights. I don't know. But yeah. The dorsal plates, those mostly are fine. In the promotional works, it really shows that his eyes and his mouth light up. Yeah, the light bleed is rather unfortunate. I would expect that by now that would have been corrected, especially when we've had these sorts of issues way back in the other 25 and 30 centimeter series. And even though there may be a different team working on the Deforeal, they should at least be able to correct that. Yeah, I think so. But if you're a fan of light up stuff, then this is definitely going to be one you're going to want to consider checking out because, hey, it's pretty cool. I actually do like it myself. I do wish, though, that they could maybe integrate the light up feature without having to use the battery pack. I don't have a lot of Deforeals on display, but I could imagine that gets a little bit cumbersome. Anyway, there's not going to be any articulation on this guy, so we'll slide right on over to a size comparison so you can see how big he is. And honestly, this one's actually going to be one of the larger Deforeal Godzillas that I have. I did a special side-by-side comparison because even though I showed you the action shot at the beginning of this Godzilla going up against King Ghidorah, that King Ghidorah figure is kind of awkward to do pictures with. So here's going to be a side-by-side with him at the end. As you can see, yeah, he is quite the chonker. So buy now, skip, wait for a deal. I do have to say that if you're a fan of the Monsterverse and you've been waiting for a good Deforeal Godzilla, then this is going to be an absolute no-brainer. One you're going to want to really consider picking up. If you're a fan of light-up features, I'm kind of iffy on this one. Personally, I think, looking back on it, maybe I didn't need it. But how he looks in Godzilla vs. Kong, absolutely had to have it. Overall, I think this was a rather solid purchase, but I do wish that the bleeding feature for the lights wasn't a feature. It was a bug that could have been fixed. But c'est la vie. I guess it comes with the territory. Overall, yeah, I say that this is a solid purchase. If you're a fan, don't worry about it. Go ahead and buy it. Click buy, add to cart, consume, product, don't question. Yeah, good.
Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.